Welcome everyone. In this session, we are going to understand one of the most practical and widely used project delivery approaches in modern project management, which is called incremental project methodology. Now imagine this. Instead of waiting 12 months to deliver a complete product, what if we could deliver useful parts of the solution much earlier? This is exactly what incremental methodology does. The project is broken into smaller parts called increments. Each increment delivers some value to the customer or business. For example, think about building an online shopping website. Instead of building the entire system at once, the team may release login functionality first, then product search, then shopping cart, then payment gateway. So, users start benefiting early while the project continues to grow step by step. This approach it helps organization to reduce their risk, adapt to changes, receive feedback early and continuously improve the product. So the key idea is simple, deliver value gradually instead of waiting until the very end. So, what is incremental methodology? Let's now understand the concept in a deeper way. Incremental methodology is a project approach where the final product is delivered in smaller, usable parts called increments. Each increment is planned, developed, tested, and delivered separately. Now, an important point here is some increments may depend on earlier increments while others can work independently. For example, in an online learning platform, user login may be required before accessing the quizzes, but a course catalog might work independently. So, dependency depends on the product architecture and business design. From the PMI perspective, incremental delivery focuses on delivering completed portions, providing value early, and progressively building towards the final solution. Think of it like constructing a building floor by floor. Each floor is usable and complete before moving to the next one. Instead of waiting for the entire building to finish, progress becomes visible much earlier. So, why do organizations prefer incremental methodology? Because businesses today operate in environments where customer expectations change quickly, technology evolves rapidly, and priorities shift frequently. Incremental methodology helps organizations respond to these changes effectively. One major advantage is early value delivery. For example, if a banking app takes 1 year to fully develop, customers don't want to wait for 1 year just to use the basic features. Instead, the bank can release account viewing first, fund transfer, then bill payment, then investment features. This means customers start benefiting much earlier. Another benefit is risk reduction. If there is a problem in increment 1, it can be fixed before the entire project is affected. This methodology also improves visibility. Stakeholders can actually see progress after every release. And perhaps most importantly, feedback from one increment helps improve the next increment. So the product continuously becomes better over time. Now let's compare incremental methodology with waterfall and agile approaches. In waterfall, everything is planned upfront and the final product is delivered only at the end. This works well when requirements are stable and unlikely to change. But the problem is, if the customer changes requirements late in the project, making changes become expensive and difficult. Incremental methodology is different. Here, the product is delivered in smaller usable increments. Planning happens at a higher level first, and detailed planning happens increment by increment. This provides flexibility while still maintaining structure. Now, Agile is even more adaptive. Agile focuses on short iterations called sprints, then continuous collaboration and frequent reprioritization. Incremental methodology and agile are actually related concepts. In fact, many agile projects also use incremental delivery. The key difference is incremental methodology focuses mainly on delivering value in parts, while agile includes broader principles like collaboration, adaptability, and iterative learning. A simple way to remember would be waterfall means delivers once, incremental, deliver in pieces, agile, adapt continuously while delivering incrementally. Incremental methodology is powerful, but it is not suitable for every project. Let's first see when it works best. It works very well when requirements are evolving, early delivery is important, risks are high, or priorities may change. For example, a startup building a mobile app may not know all customer requirements upfront, so releasing features incrementally helps them learn from users and improve quickly. It is also useful in large complex projects. Breaking work into increments makes the project easier to manage. Now, let's look at situations where incremental methodology may not be ideal. If requirements are completely fixed and highly regulated, a predictive approach like waterfall approach may work better. Example, in some government or aerospace projects, extensive approvals and documentations are required upfront. Another challenge occurs when increments have heavy technical dependencies. If increment 4 completely depends on increment 1, poor planning can create integration problems later. So choosing the right methodology always depends on project complexity, uncertainty, stakeholder expectations, and business goals. Let's now understand the practical workflow. Incremental methodology, they follows a step-by-step delivery model. First one, we have to identify the priorities. The team first identifies which features will deliver the highest business value. Then, plan the increment. The scope, timeline, effort, and resources for that increment are planned. Next step, design and build. The selected features are developed. Next, test the increment. Quality checks are performed to ensure the increment works properly. Deliver the increment. The usable functionality is released to users or stakeholders. Next, gather feedback and improve. Feedback from users, they help improve the future increments. Let's take an example shown here, which is for an e-commerce website. The first increment is user registration and login. The second one is product research. The third one is the shopping cart. And increment 4 is payment and order management. Notice something important? Each increment delivers usable business value. The customer does not have to wait for the entire system before benefiting from the project. Like every methodology, incremental methodology also has strengths and challenges. Let's start with the benefits. The first major benefit is early value delivery. Users start seeing results quickly instead of waiting until the project completes. Second is adaptability. Changes can be introduced between increments without affecting the entire project. Next comes the risk reduction. Problems are identified earlier, making them easier and cheaper to fix. Fourth one is improved visibility and stakeholder confidence. Management can clearly see progress after each release. Now let's discuss the challenges. One common challenge is integration complexity. As the increment grows, integrating them smoothly becomes difficult without a good architecture. Another challenge is dependency management. Some increments may rely heavily on earlier increments. There can also be coordination overhead. Teams need strong communication and governance. And finally, incremental delivery requires disciplined planning and testing. Without proper structure, the project may become fragmented or inconsistent. So, success depends on balancing flexibility with strong project control. Let's summarize what we learned. Incremental methodology delivers the product in small usable increments. Each increment provides business value, reduces risk, improves visibility, and supports continuous improvement. This methodology works especially when requirements evolve, feedback is important, risks are high, or projects are large and complex. The key success factors include clear roadmap, strong communication, stakeholder involvement, good architecture, and continuous testing. The biggest advantage of incremental methodology is that organizations can deliver the right value to the right users at the right time instead of waiting for a massive final release. This is a cheat sheet for the incremental methodology, and you can go through it later. Thank you everyone for being part of this session, and I hope this training has helped you clearly understand about the incremental product methodology. Remember, successful projects are not always about delivering everything at once. Sometimes the smartest approach is to deliver value one step at a time. Thank you and see you in the next session.